Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Cancer for the week of November 21st. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate. Drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right Cancer, let's go ahead and see what we have here. Now, I do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. Do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for future updates from me. Likes, comments, shares all really do help the channel grow here on YouTube and are very much appreciated. And as always, all of the decks that I use on my channel are linked in the description below this video. If you'd like to check them out for yourself. All right, let's go ahead and position that right there, and then we'll put these here. Okay. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the World. So the World, this is a card that can indicate completions in life. In fact, it's the biggest indication of the World is that you have gone through a major journey in an aspect of your life, and this has now come to a close. You're kind of like sitting at the top of the world. You're kind of peering over your life, peering over your situation, and saying, wow, I've made it. This can ask you to go into a period of reflection and ask yourself how the journey went when you get the World card. Along with that, it brings about success, because when you get to the World, that is a successful journey. You can be sure that your journey has been successful and that something has worked out for you. There's a level of certainty that comes along with the World. If you're into astrology, the World is the card of Saturn, and Saturn is a slow-moving planet. Saturn brings big changes. You've probably heard of your Saturn return, which happens sometime late 20s, early 30s, late 50s, early 60s, late 80s, early 90s. And everybody goes through up to 3 Saturn returns. And, these represent culmination points in our life. It's sort of like, it's like a coming of age type of energy. And you can think of it that way when you look at the World card. So let's see what this might be around for you. So in the overall situation, you have this 9 of Swords. So this person here they have their head in their hands here, and they are going through a challenging situation. They are fearful about what's been going on for them recently, or they're fearful around what has been happening for them recently. And this for me is the card that I would associate with mental health. This is the mental health card because it is associated with fears, anxieties, maybe depression. And the idea is, and if you look up this card, if you feel guided to look up this card, the idea is that sometimes the fears don't even exist, okay? And so sometimes they do. Like sometimes, the reality is that we do go through challenging things, and those are times when we become fearful. But there are also times where we create stories in our minds, right? We create stories and we start to fear cast. We project fears onto something that might not even happen, right? And some of you could be going through that. At the same time, though, there is clearly a disappointment here with the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. What I will say is the future is going to bring about a clearing for you. There's going to be a clearing here for you, and you're going to be prompted to take action. And I'll talk about that more as we go along. In the past, you have the Page of Cups, you have the Temperance card, and you also have the Magician. So you have this Page of Cups energy, and this can indicate some type of love situation in your life. This person's kind of offering their cup out to you, right? Saying, If you're single, the Page of Cups can be a very good card that might indicate that somebody's interested in you, right? This is always, like I say, this might be somebody saying like, hey, let's go get coffee, or maybe somebody asks you, are you single? Or maybe you ask somebody, are you single? This is a messenger. It's communication around love or something like that, right? And if you're in a relationship, maybe this is you having more open communication with the person you're in a relationship with. When you get the Page of Cups, it's typically around an offer, though. If it's not about love, it could be an offer in your life that can bring some happiness in. It can bring in some happiness or change, make you happier in your situation. You have this here with the Temperance card, and I like this for you. The Temperance card is about healing from a situation. Some of you have been, but also it's a card of alchemy. Actually, let me read these two together here. So with the Temperance card and the Magician, these are two cards that I would consider to be law of attraction cards. Okay, and you have them together. The Temperance angel here is doing alchemy between the cups, and they're kind of dipping their toe here in this healing water. And the Magician is the master manifester in the tarot. You can see that they're doing a ritual here. They have a candle in the air. They have the Ouroboros on their belt, or as their belt. They have all of the tools on the table. They have the infinity sign above their head. They're doing a sort of manifestation ritual here, we could say. And it is a sign of your ability to bring something in. The thing about the Magician is, it's not just going through and doing, we'll just use this idea of a ritual, okay? We'll just however you want to do it. It's not just the idea of doing the ritual, but it's also taking action afterwards. That is the thing with the Magician, and that is the thing, if I'm being real with you, about manifestation that people get lost on, which is you do have to take action, all right? You do have to take action. And so it does look like some of you have manifested something in areas that make you happy, in your happiness here, with the Page of Cups above the Temperance and the Magician. And this is showing up in the past. Now, in the current situation, you have the Five of Cups, you have the Nine of Swords, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. The thing is, in the future situation, there's something here that's making you feel a little bit melancholy, in a way, okay? So it's like, you've clearly brought something in here with the Temperance card and the Magician. You've brought something here in the past. I almost wonder if what's going on here is some of you are doubting yourself. Okay? It's like you've like done all of this hard work, you've put in all of the energy, all of the effort, and now it's like you're questioning yourself. Did I do it right? Did I make the right move? Maybe some of you are doubtful or regretful here, because you can see this Five of Cups person here is standing in disappointment or standing in doubt or situations like that, right? They're focused on these three cups that are spilled, but if they would just turn around, as you probably know, if you watch my tarot readings or other tarot readings, as if this person would just turn around, they would have two cups here upright. And when you get the Five of Cups, it asks you to look on the bright side. When I get this in the upper row, this is a mindset issue. Okay, this reading is asking you to turn your mindset around. And that's a good problem to have, because you can do that today. When this video is over, you can literally flip the switch and say, you know what, I'm going to start thinking positive. I'm not saying that's easy, but I'm saying you can. You can do that if you want to. You can absolutely choose to do that. And so I think that this is a mindset issue. I think some of you are maybe projecting fears out to the world here. And remember, you are attracting at this time. Okay, I need to be very clear. You are attracting at this time, because you have the Temperance card and the Magician. You are like a magnet at this time with these two cards in the past. And so be careful that your fears do not become reality, because you are attracting. And our thoughts become reality. Just to be clear, our thoughts become reality. And so this is a big message here for you to shift your mindset around. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is about making practical choices, doing the practical thing in life. And I want to say keeping a level head, in this case, because there is this fear energy here. I do want to see what comes forward in the clarifications, which we'll get into shortly. Now, in the future, you have the Knight of Wands, you have the Tower, and the Eight of Cups. So I said at the beginning here, there's going to be a clearing. The clearing is the Tower and the Tower. And this clearing is going to ask you to take action. The action is the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. All right, so the Tower, here's the thing. I don't need to pick the Tower up. You've probably seen the Tower before. People get afraid of the Tower. Well, what's next to the Tower? The Nine of Swords. What is the Nine of Swords about? The Nine of Swords is about fear. Nine of Swords in the current situation, Towers in the future. Do not allow your fears to become reality. Okay? You are attracting at this time in a big way. In a big, big way here, Cancer. Do not let this manifest into reality here with the Tower. The thing is, regardless, my view of the tarot, if you're here watching my channel, let me tell you, my view of the tarot is to view these cards in a positive light. And so even when you get something like the Tower, here's the way that you look at it. The Tower is a blessing in disguise because ultimately it exposes a false belief. Nobody wants to live in a house of cards. The Tower is a reset. It's a reset, and that's a blessing, right? Because now you know what you need to do to get from point A to point B. And you're getting a reset here, okay? So that's the other thing that I want to say. In this reset, you have this Eight of Cups, which is asking you to walk away. Walk away from something that is disappointing you. There is something here that's disappointing you with the Five of Cups. Eight of Cups says, let that go. Let it go. Turn your back towards it. Pursue your dreams, which is what the Eight of Cups person is doing. And lastly, you have this Knight of Wands, which is, knights are exciting. Knights can refer to events. It can also be an aspect of yourself. But the Knight of Wands in particular is a fun one because it's sort of like the idea of maybe moving, traveling, going to distant lands, going to distant places, international travel, foreign lands, all of that type of energy. It can say that if that's just not on the books for you, it can say that you have so many talents. You're a maverick. You're a jack of all trades when you get the Knight of Wands. And so that's another thing. Let's dive into this even more. So, okay. You have concern, unexpected income, despair, and wealthy man. All right, this might very well be around a job situation here. With the despair card, you can see the not hiring in the upper left. And some of you have goals here, that you have investment goals here, okay? With unexpected income and wealthy man. This person is standing at the end of a successful trading day. This is a card that's heavily associated with investing. Unexpected income is a very good card. It's not like windfalls, but it can say that like maybe you're getting a job with higher pay, or you're getting a bonus, or it's like finding money, or just it can also represent surprises, like unexpected situations, which again with the Tower brings about surprises. Nowhere does that say it has to be a negative surprise, but there is concern here very clearly. You can see this person on the cards ruminating, and this could very well be about a job for some of you, which is, that's a very real concern. Okay, so not bypassing you there. That's a very real concern. Especially now, a lot of people are concerned about that situation where we are right now. And others of you, this is about a person here with the Page of Cups. This is about a love situation that you're concerned about. Let's see what we have. You have the Five of Wands. Okay, wow, you can't even make this up. You have the Queen of Wands and you have the Page of Pentacles. So this is wild because the Queen of Wands is another Law of Attraction card. You have my three big ones here with the Magician, the Temperance card, and the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a card that indicates attraction in the tarot, not just physical attraction, but your ability to attract things into your life. You have these three attraction cards here, okay? So, you know, you've got offers here that you've been bringing in with the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Cups up here in the past. But what's really interesting is despite this like really successful ability to attract, there is inner turmoil or tension here with the Five of Wands and also the cards here that are coming up in the future. Five of Wands represents a conflict in one's life, you know? And, you know, I do think that for some of you, it's almost like you have brought in, okay, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Right now you are attracting, whether it's good or it's bad. You know, you could be attracting good things, you could be attracting bad things. It's up to you, because it's all about how, it's all about what you're attracting, and what you're attracting will depend on the thoughts that you project. Okay, I hope that was coherent. What you are attracting will depend on the thoughts that you project. You see? And so this is, I think, what is happening here. Let's continue forward. So you have the Four of Cups. Wow. You have the Nine of Swords clarifying the Nine of Swords. And you have the Eight of Wands. Okay. Nine of Swords clarifying the Nine of Swords. I mean, that's like a double fear. That's like extreme fear. Definitely some of you, here, this is what I'm going to say. I'm a big proponent for therapy. If you feel like you need to reach out for help and talk to somebody, do not be ashamed. Do not be embarrassed or ashamed to do that. Okay, because Nine of Swords clarifying itself would suggest that maybe there's some pretty serious deep-rooted fear. Now, I do recognize that not everybody can afford to go to therapy. It is quite pricey, and so what can you do? Well, you can start doing something like mindfulness, all right? Because if you look here at this person, they are reflecting. Okay, they are reflecting, and this is the after tarot, so it's a little bit different. They're actually, they took the opportunity here, but they're dumping it out, interestingly enough. They're reflecting. You could even say that they're meditating. One of the things with the Four of Cups is it can be associated with meditation. Some of you, like if you absolutely cannot go to therapy, you know what's free? Sitting. Sitting is free. You can sit, you can get into meditation. There are a bunch of free courses on YouTube on mindfulness. There are a bunch of free meditations out there. That's something that I would recommend at this time because there's a lot of fear here. You do have this Eight of Wands. I do think that you know, whatever it is that you're fearful around, you'll get some news here. Eight of Wands represents a quick moving event. It's a very good card. It says that there is good news coming in, and it's also the pace of your life sort of accelerating here. Let's see what else we have. You have the Four of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Wands. So we have 888 with the Eight of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. That is a number of abundance. If you take the number 8 and you flip it on its side, you get the infinity symbol. We saw the infinity symbol here with the Magician as well. There are an infinite number of possibilities for you at this time. You're also attracting infinite things into your life. Like you are so attractive in, and I say that in the law of attraction sense right now. And so keep that in mind. One of these things that you attract are going to make you very happy, okay? And it's going to take you out of this feeling of despair here with this Ace of Wands, the talent that you clearly have, and it will also bring stability into your life. So I love this energy for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.